to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
Smiling politely, I am Officer Grant.
How are you, Grant?
I'm fine. I'm trying to get comfortable in this chair. See, the part where these two are sitting, it's got the underneath part, and I don't have I just got to sort of do this to try and... But then it's like, then I'm sitting too much this way, and you get side profile, and it's like, no one wants side profile episode. People want this, but if I sit like this, then I can't see you guys. Yeah, I don't know what to do.
It's underrated that, many people don't know this. Grant is basically doing the splits while you record the show. Yeah. He's got his legs just pressed up against, what did you call this, breakfast nook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Counter, kitchen counter.
Yeah, an island. Well, no, it's, I guess if it's attached. It's more like a peninsula.
Yeah. It's peninsula.
Let's give a warm welcome to a returning champion to the show tonight. We have with us the one and only Andrew Shankland. How are you, Andrew?
I'm good. How are you guys?
So good. Great. So well. We're podcasting in the dark tonight. I kind of like this. We got like a couple lights on us, but I feel like this is
and do like mood lighting, and then we got the ring light here, which is something that all the Gen Z kids have. So I wanted to be like them, I guess.
Adapt to survive. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was doing remote teaching, there were kids that would have ring lights, and I'd be like, you're not even turning your camera on.
Did you... I know that this has been a thing that I've been reading more and more articles about, but have you had kids that were drinking like the liquid death thing, and you're like, are you drinking a beer?
No, but I drink them, and I'm like, it looks like a beer.
Yeah. I didn't know that those were water until I had friends go to Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh yeah, we're drinking liquid death. And I was like, it's not like an energy drink. It's not. It's just
like
water.
water, but it's badass.
It's just water. Yeah, I don't know why they had to make a water for alphas.
And whatever happened to the Chicago water? Remember that shit?
Yeah, I know this. Yeah, they had the lake water that you could get in cans or something.
I feel like that kind of like came and went because I was downtown and I saw billboards on like Water Tower Place and like all these places. Chicago, and it was like
I loved it. I love the
never
idea
seen
of it.
one. Never seen one in the wild.
The water that nobody will drink.
Yeah. If you put it in a can with trendy artwork on the side, maybe you'll drink our swill.
Yeah, just the dirty river water.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, that was just on last episode, made a joke after the fact on like Twitter about like, oh, I wish I would have washed the Malort down with Chicago. And I was like, I didn't even remember that was a thing.
He's not even from here. I was like, what the hell? Oh,
he did his research.
Yeah.
He understood the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
He truly did. Speaking of understanding the assignment, Andrew, you are a Chicago comedian. I don't know why I always say that, because you're a comedian who happens to be in Chicago. Your material isn't necessarily based around the topic of the city of Chicago. But what I wanted to ask you about tonight, and the reason that we have you here, is you are recording your first ever comedy album soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed I am. And you know what? I will actually push back on that and say I actually like to think that the city of Chicago is a character in my stand-up.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Yeah, much like the films of Woody Allen, but Chicago is a character in my stand-up.
Speaking of that, I wish that like if people are going to say this kind of shit, like New York is this character in the movie, New York deserves an IMDb page.
Yeah,
you can't just say this shit and then not like put them in the credits.
I've always said New York needs to distance itself from some of the problematic people that have been a part of it.
Maybe like pick and choose the roles.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah,
explain that one. New York.
Yeah. Your problematic fave. Anyway,
famous actor Jeffrey Epstein.
He was acting. He was acting as a banker.
What if
financier?
Financier, yeah. Sorry.
What if he's like in like a Home Alone type movie as well, where he has like a brief cameo? Like,
He probably was in the Home Alone.
He's in Home Alone 3.
He's got it.
Nobody saw.
I saw Home Alone 3.
I saw Home Alone 3 too.
Bad.
It was
bad.
They had a different kid in it, and that's where
they should have got it.
That was Scarlett Johansson's early work.
Really?
She was the older sister.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Scarlett Johansson before Ghost in the Shell. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, you're recording an upcoming comedy album at the Hideout,
At the Hideout, yeah.
I should know this. I bought a ticket. I'll be there.
God bless.
So, yeah, I just want to make sure I get the venue right.
Yeah, the Hideout. One of the best venues in the city of Chicago.
I 100% agree. I've said that on the show before. I've had like some of the best memories I've ever had in the city have been at the Hideout and seeing shows there. Amazing stuff. it's just it's kind of like an off the beaten path venue. It's not like crowded by everything else. It's like in this weird industrial district, but now I guess there's like a soccer field across the street.
There's a soccer field across the street now,
It's still cool. It's still cool.
Yeah, historic venue for independent music and independent comedy in Chicago.
Yeah.
Is that going to be audio only? Is that going to be cameras? Is that going to be...
I'm filming with cameras. I have shout out to Chris Santiago, incredible comedian, but also incredible artist. He is going to be filming. He's directing it. And I'm so excited to see what he does with it. I trust him.
That's amazing.
With it,
is it going to be 30 minutes, 60 minutes? I just want to know how long we'll be sitting for.
Yeah, between 30 and 40 minutes of material. Maybe we'll see kind of how it stretches, and then we're working out exactly what the lineup before that's going to be. But it should be really, really fun. So
awesome.
Nice little show, yeah.
When's that going to be?
It's in 2 weeks, September 21st.
You should say that, yes. It was September 21st.
September 21st, 6:30 p.m. Yes.
Yeah, we'll include ticket links in the episode description. So if anybody is in Chicago or wants to fly here to make an emergency trip to see Andrew, check it out at the Hideout.
Might be one guy.
Yeah.
You never know.
One guy there. I learned about you from Thought Cops, and then we're just over there in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm over here. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Is there a name for your comedy album?
Not yet. No, one of my friends, Luke Ipsum, he had the idea of, you should wait, and then if there's a line that you have that you really like, use that.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like that's a really good point of like, there are a lot of albums where the title is kind of irrelevant. It doesn't really make sense. So it's like, I'll wait and see if there's something that pops, or I don't know.
Wait and see if you got like a big closer, whatever hits super hard.
Yeah, there's something that's it. Yeah, that's kind of the plan.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have some good headshots? You know, you're wearing the tie and you're sort of like...
Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to do tape on my mouth.
Caution tape. Yellow caution
tape. Mm-hmm. Using the mic as a gun is one that we really like. Yeah, that's a classic. Mm-hmm.
Like
wrapping the cord around your mouth, or around your neck. Yeah.
Or like you bite the cord.
Some of the biting the cord is the one that I've never understood, because it's like, what is it really like?
It's what a mouse
what
would
is supposed to be happening?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're like, if you're strangling, it's like, okay, I guess you're dark or whatever. But it's like you're biting, you're just crazy. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, just a few options to choose from there, Andrew. You know, we look
forward to classics. Yeah,
we look forward to seeing what you end up going with.
I'll stab myself like a samurai and commit seppuku with them.
That would be great too.
Yeah,
with yes, yeah. Oh man, a lot of amazing possibilities here. So yeah, this is I feel like a long time coming. You're one of the busiest comedians I know in this city. I always see you around whenever I do get up and go around, and it's cool that you're finally going to record this album. And I think that this is years in the making, right?
Yeah, I've been doing stand-up since 2015. None of that is going to be on it, but yeah, it's like mostly actually stuff I've written since the pandemic, post-pandemic. So it's like,
okay. Yeah, I remember last time we had you on, it was maybe like a year ago?
It was about a year. It's I want to say.
I noticed that too, Grant. Like I noticed it
must have been because I signed this lease, like I moved here September 1st.
It was like right before.
So it was,
But I noticed I tend to subconsciously schedule return guests for almost a year after they were on the first time.
Yeah, I don't think
it's happened multiple times.
We don't go back and look, but it is like, oh yeah, we haven't had Andrew on in a while.
Yeah. I'm like Ian Erickson. He's a July type of guy.
Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, Ian's great.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's really exciting, man. Are you going to be putting it on Spotify for anyone?
I probably will be putting it on Spotify or Bandcamp or whatever. I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it out. I'm not going to put it out in a way that is going to be hard to find. It'll be easy to find.
Yeah.
I'll probably put it on YouTube too, so with the video and everything, and chop it up into clips and put it on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, get some nice subtitles on there.
Yeah. Are you on TikTok
viral
at all?
Not yet, no.
I feel like I've seen a lot of good stand-up clips make their rounds on TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of have to be it.
You gotta be on TikTok.
Yeah.
If you were going through the trouble to record the whole thing,
That's kind of the idea, honestly, is I'm not the kind of person who is I don't naturally put myself out there online. And so this is like, okay, well, the album is for me, really, to record the audio because I like comedy albums and I'd like to have one. But then the video will be like, okay, now I have all this stuff I have to put out because what's the point of it if I don't? So
yeah, self-promotion is like the weird part of the business where it feels a lot of times really unnatural and like just like weird, and you kind of have to just push through those feelings and be like, this is like, I hate to do this, but here's my stuff, please listen, please watch, I'll go away now, bye.
But it does feel good where like in the last month and a half, 2 months leading up to the show, I've really been trying to push more online, and every once in a while someone will show up somewhere who I like. People from Batavia will pop up at shows.
Yeah, have you done what the hell's the name of that venue again?
The Comedy Vault. I did actually,
that?
It was better than I thought it would be. I had a lot of friends' moms come to see me. I had like 3 or 4 friends' moms come out.
You've grown up so much.
Market.
I'm just like doing the most off-putting and disgusting material, and they're like,
have you seen that
so
place
confused.
In Batavia, they have like a comedy venue now.
It's pretty nice. Yeah,
it's like a bank, right?
It used to be a bank. Yeah,
they turned into it's like
when I was growing up, I went there on a field trip when it was a bank, and they like showed us all of the stuff. Yeah.
One day I'm going to do comedy over there
at the Comedy Vault. Yeah.
Oh, like a bank vault.
It's a vault because whatever's in here is so dangerous. Shut it off. Lock it up.
Yeah, lock it up or else we'll all get canceled. Yeah. It's like the world famous vitamin vault. Chicago's hidden gem.
Oh, yeah. The Walgreens.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that place. Great place to get your pills and vitamins. Walgreens. Check it out.
I love how stupid, like at least, what's the name of the comedy?
Vault.
Comedy Vault. That's fun. Vitamin Vault.
I mean, it's got the alliteration. It's like if you listen, if you're a Walgreens and you happen to have a giant vault in your basement and you don't call it the Vitamin Vault, what are you doing?
The contraceptive vault.
I do think that's also there.
I
think they keep that down there.
The contraceptive corner, I think.
Yeah,
they got a thing for everything there.
Everything has to alliterate.
Yeah. That's what put Walgreens above CVS. That sentence didn't come out properly, but you guys know what I mean.
CVS is chaos compared to a Walgreens. Yeah. You go to a Walgreens, it's organized. Every Walgreens has the same layout pretty much.
There's like at least one checkout person.
It's like very easy to see.
I go to CVS and just like there's no checkout people and just like all of the self-checkouts are like closed.
Everything is out of stock at a CVS.
Can I like take this? And the security guard's like, I don't work here.
I guess.
It's the weirdest place.
Okay.
But I also want to briefly mention, because we talked about it recently with Jonathan Dunn, Can of Worms. How did that come about?
Yeah, Can of Worms is just, basically it was a group of people where we were hanging out all the time, and then we just started doing sketch.
Yeah.
Like we were already kind of hanging out, and we were already coming up with bits and ideas, and we're like, well, we may as well.
For making each other laugh, we might as well make a few bucks making some other people laugh.
And let me tell you, we have very much not made money, but it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. We have Sloppy Sundays is our like weekly show at the Lincoln Lodge. It's a blast. Yeah. It's been really fun every Sunday at 9 p.m.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Lincoln Lodge, another good venue.
Mm-hmm. Incredible place. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I know I said it last time too, but a lot of people who have been on this show have also done Can of Worms. So if you're local to Chicago or again wanted to take an emergency trip to be here, check it out.
It's happened.
It has happened. I mean, I assume. Possibly.
It's
happened. And people came cross country for the Thought Cops for some reason.
Exactly.
I don't get it. Anyway, speaking of not getting that, if you're listening to this, you can watch us on YouTube over at youtube.com/ThoughtCops. You can also follow us on TikTok, the obligatory TikTok plug. We're at ThoughtCops on there, as well as Instagram, and we're at Real ThoughtCops on Twitter. If you are listening to us on Spotify or iTunes, leave us a review. I assume it helps the algorithm. I can only, again, assume that it doesn't hurt us, right?
Yeah. 5-star
review can't hurt us. Hey, a 1-star review can't hurt us either.
I think it also looks good, too, when people like look up the show on iTunes and they see like 75-star reviews, as opposed to one review.
One review from somebody's...
One of our moms.
Yeah. Good kids. 5 stars. So we also we'll link to our Discord server in our episode description. So come on, join the fun, join the family. Thought Cops Discord server. When you're here, your family, whatever. let's move on to a very famous, very favorite segment of the show called 2 Minutes of Hate, where we like to blanket punish all that annoying random crap that we see on our phone screens and our computer screens every single day of the week.
Kevin, why don't you go first?
Okay, sure. So as I have said before, I think that being unemployed has informed my 2 minutes of hate on this show because I'm discovering all new things that are irritating and bothersome.
You're finally going on all the corners of Twitter that I complain about all the time.
Not necessarily Twitter.
Never mind.
But right over my head, I guess. But
image boards.
Image boards. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for jobs on 4chan.
You're on Kiwi Farms and you're like, hey, how come it's not loading?
Yeah.
There are a lot of people on 4chan that want me to make bombs for them.
Yeah. It's a living. Anyway, the job market, the job hunt, it's a whole other world out there. And I've come to see how strange, like, the social media on LinkedIn is. But when you're applying to a number of these jobs,
LinkedIn's like a alternate dimension. It's like
bizarre.
Weird.
It's bizarre. But when they'll link to a bunch of job applications, and they have this annoying thing that some of them make you do is something called a predictive index test, which is basically, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but you have to do this thing twice. The first time it's like they have like a list of 100 adjectives, and it says, click on every adjective that describes the way that a person should act at work. And it's all the most vague, like attentive, disciplined, dutiful. And they'll throw, like, of course, like, well, these all sound good. And, then they'll throw a bad one in once in a while, like lazy. Well, okay, I don't want to say I'm lazy, so I guess I won't click on that. They're just trying to catch you to see if you're paying attention. And then once you fill out this whole thing and like the words end up meaning nothing by the end, it's just a bunch of mush. You click next, and it's the same exact screen, but the top says, now click on every word that you believe describes yourself. And I'm like, I don't know if there is some kind of rhyme or reason to this, because I'm not sure if I'm like, well, I'm clicking obviously the good answers because I want to make myself seem, hireable, but I don't know if like they're supposed to be one-to-one, because like if I click on, dutiful in the first one, and I'm describing myself, and I don't say I'm dutiful, but you should be dutiful at work, are they just going to be like, all right, well, this is garbage, and like throw my application in the trash? I have no idea. But it seems like I don't know what exactly these jobs can like find any insight into by just clicking this list, just what like this like random list of like adjectives.
We need to overthrow capitalism. I can't do it anymore. This is like, put the square block in the square hole. Oh, you're a good little boy. You get $1 raise. Like, motherfucker, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But for anybody who is listening,
it's not your 2 minutes of hate, but I'm fucking enraged. I can't even talk right.
Well, it's like only like some of the jobs do it, but then whenever I get to it, I'm like, oh God, I hate this thing. It's the predictive index test. It's just like word salad, and you got to like, each one's got a little checkbox next to it. You're like,
It's literally like jump through the hoop, monkey. Dance.
Yeah.
They're shooting a gun at your feet so that you...
It's the same thing as like when you upload your resume and then it like scans it in, and so it auto fills it.
Yeah,
and then
half the shit's wrong.
And then you have to redo all of it. And it's like,
God.
what's the like? I already attached it. Now I have to re-input it, and none of it's right.
It's like I went through a lot of work to make sure this resume was formatted properly and looked nice.
Yeah,
and I just import it, and then it just is like a jumbled mess where none of like my education is where my like work experience is. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, you ever you get a job and then you have all the resumes because you're applying places, and then you forget you have them, and you're going back through and you find an old resume and you're like, well, who was this? It's
right.
just like,
who was this
not
guy?
Me at all.
Yeah.
You know what sucks? Right now, I'm like, I have like 3 different career paths going because I'm trying to apply for like 3 different types of jobs. Like I have like an end goal, but I also have like I need to not work in my field anymore. But also I have like if I keep working in my field, maybe I can so I have like 3 different resumes, and I feel like schizophrenic. Like I feel like a fucking nutcase.
Yeah. It's like, because you have to have it tailored for like the specific thing you're trying to go into, and if you don't, it's like, well, I don't care if you wrote for fucking hard drive. We like clean the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, more or less.
Anyway, my punishment for this is just give me a call. We can hash this out over the phone.
Dude, Kevin, have you ever considered you walk into a fine establishment, you wear your nicest Sunday's best suit and tie, and you look the manager right in the eye and you shake his hand and you say,
make sure
"Sir,
it's firm.
I'm a very hard worker. Are you perhaps looking for help at your establishment? I'll clean your toilets for free." And he'll say, "Do you have a paper copy of your resume?" And you'll have it printed out on legal paper. And you'll hand it to him, and you'll say, "Here you go, sir." And you'll just like that.
And eventually you can make enough money from cleaning toilets to buy a house.
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff. Yeah. Anyway, Andrew, what's bugging you? What is your 2 minutes of hate?
I think just brand Twitters. I think brand Twitter or brand like any of these brand social media accounts, which I'm sure everybody hates them, but the whole thing of Burger King being like, "All right, I'm a slacker." I was like, what?
Burger King snapped back.
Yeah. It's like, I remember like there's one, or Wendy's or any of them where it's like, they're like, then they'll reference podcast, like the pop culture references are, it's like, how stupid do you think I am? Also, you already have the market. Like, you don't need, no one is, I know about McDonald's. I don't want it to have a personality.
Yeah, it's also like seeping over into real life, because I've seen, billboards and advertisements around Chicago recently for Wendy's, and it's like Wendy's, like better fries than McDonald's. It's like, can they do that?
Yeah.
Can they just say McDonald's on there?
Yeah, I wonder if they can. It's probably trademarked. But I also hate the Wendy's, like, what's the one? And then they try to develop like the personality or whatever. And
it's so tiresome.
Or I know there was a Wendy's AMA that they were like, we run the Wendy's social media account. It's like, how do you sleep at night?
I also think, like, speaking of snapping, Grant, we talked about the Radio Shack Twitter recently.
Oh yeah,
that is wild.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know if it was a disgruntled intern today or not, but like the Wingstop account was just
I saw that. Yeah,
fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and we predicted this on the show before, like years ago, where we did say that all of this brand social media engagement stuff is just going to devolve into that.
They're going to all turn into like Cumtown accounts, like years after Cumtown's done. They're just gonna we're gay Wendy's now.
Yeah. See, that I actually is, maybe that could be, that is like, okay, I mean, that's out there, know?
When they do it, it won't be funny anymore.
No,
the moment they start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they just, every Wendy is a Cumtown character generator or whatever. Every
It's grim.
Also, like, yeah, I mean, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but the amount of Twitter users total on the website is like so very small.
All the bots. Like, Elon was right.
Have you ever watched people like interact with those tweets? It's just
dude, I actually kind of love that though. When people interact with them, that's fun.
I've been interacting with the Family Guy promotional tweets.
That's really good.
It's like every Sunday on Fox, and it's like they show like a clip of like Chris or whatever
at Family Guy on Fox. Good follow, really good.
Because like you'll scroll through and you'll see people like, oh, can't wait for the new season, and it's like,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
That's incredible.
That is so depressing.
I had a kindergartner today. I was like, oh, what's your favorite cartoon character? He goes, Peter Griffin, obviously.
Kindergarten?
Obvious.
The funniest thing obviously is what, like, it's like, how could you ask me? Obviously, Peter Griffin is the best cartoon character.
You know what? I think the kids are going to be all right.
I know, yeah. I was like, okay, we're doing something here. I at some point, probably when I was like a 12-year-old, I liked the Auntie Anne's account on Facebook, and so I get all their ads all the time now, and it's like I do kind of respect a brand account that is not trying to do anything like unique, where it's like basically they're just like, good day for a pretzel. This is like a picture of a pretzel and some cheese, like, yummy, 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 get a pretzel today.
I got to point out something similar here. This is like a phenomenon or whatever I haven't seen anybody talk about recently, but like, Yeah, like when I was younger, whenever I was in high school, when you're like, I'm going to like everything I like in real life, but on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
Every movie, every TV show, whatever,
Yeah.
every band. And I liked, like many teenagers of the aughts, like the movie Donnie Darko. And if you like that page on Facebook, and it's still verified and everything, now the avatar is just the words tattoo shop. And they just post stuff like this. Like, this young man is taking his 98-year-old grandmama to watch the sunset. And just like this incredible cosplay.
Yeah.
And it's like super like normie Facebook, the power of makeup, and it's a before and after thing. It's like, what
is it? That's the verified?
Yes.
There are a couple like that I have too, where it's like, I'm like, when did I like this? And I was like, oh, it used to be the page for Courage the Cowardly Dog or whatever.
Or I think my favorite example of that was like a long time ago on Facebook, you didn't like pages, you became a fan of. And so there was a page that was like, become a fan, and it was a picture of a box fan.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of those things where like, that's so far removed from anything anybody remembers anymore that it's now just like an anti-vax.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what those end up being, because I will be like, oh yeah, that's like, right.
What? Yeah, I don't remember liking Obama as the Antichrist.
Kevin likes cookies.
Yeah.
Oh my
cookies. God. Obama is the Antichrist.
It's like we were almost as like brain dead as these people responding to @Family Guy on Fox.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Sunday.
It was
but when you're 12,
back then,
I was not 12. I was like probably 17 or 18.
14 when I started using Facebook.
Yeah, it was not.
They weren't like advertised on for like a long time. So.
Yeah. It was just like you just make a page for something you like.
Or you would just input the text and it would turn blue.
Yeah. It's that easy, folks.
Yeah.
But what is your punishment for these brand accounts that have become so...
Oh, I think they should all just become anti-vax.
Yeah,
every brand Twitter account is becoming an... Or a disgruntled intern gets to run it and they can't take it back, and then they just get it.
Which may or may not be happening.
Which is essentially the... Yeah.
I mean, like the set... Like, I don't
know... you can go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's like incredibly sad or incredibly funny. Were there... I don't know if the Wingstop...
kind of funny...
That's
kind of sad.
I love that tattoo shop.
Yeah.
But I can't tell how I feel about like this Wingstop thing, where if it is a calculated move, which I feel like the tweets are still up, so it has to be, where there was a boardroom meeting where they were probably like, all right, we're going to do it. Yeah, let's go for it. And just like somebody just types like FUCK and hits send tweet. And they're probably like, business has probably gone up like, I think I want Wingstop today because that's so based.
Honestly, every time we talk about this type of stuff, I'm like, I haven't had Wingstop in a while.
Yeah.
I do like Wingstop. I live right by
Parmesan
Wingstop.
wings, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think
they swear. Even better.
Speaking of like some intern takes over the brand account, that happened, I think, with like Duolingo. Duolingo was like huge for like a long time, and they were just like, everyone was talking about like, oh, the Duolingo TikTok account, because the duo, the bird, was mean to people. They were clapping back like you wouldn't believe. But then something happened, something controversial happened, and they were like, oh no, we're taking this back.
I thought that they had a kid who was like wearing the costume. Was like, my parents came to this country from India, and I am now the Duolingo owl.
What the fuck?
I swear I saw this.
I believe it.
Maybe.
That was like their whole like shtick on TikTok, was this kid is like, I hate my job. And they're like, this is great for our business.
That seems tone deaf.
Yeah.
We're using like child labor immigrants to
I think
advertise like apps.
19, 20, 21 or whatever. But
well,
but it was still enough. Very strange. Yeah.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah, I follow this stuff peripherally, and I know that things happen, and someone says, oh, this happened, and I go, I didn't hear it on Thought Cop, so I don't know anything about it.
Speaking of hearing it on Thought Cops, Grant,
what is speaking of brands, my key to the city this week goes to McDonald's, which is bringing back all-day breakfast. Have you guys heard?
I have been hearing that.
So they're bringing back all-day breakfast. I guess that's only been around since 2015. October 5th, 2015. So like there was a post from their website that was saying, hey, October 5th, 2015, all-day breakfast is back. then, because they stopped doing it during the pandemic because they can't get enough workers and stuff like that. Nobody wants to work, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But they're bringing it back. My 2 minutes of hate is that this is fake. It was they lied. They lied to me about all day breakfast. It's not actually real.
Well, I see. This is how I understood it to be. Part of the breakfast menu was all day. For example, if you want to get a hash brown or a egg McMuffin any time of the day, you can.
It's not their entire, but
if you want to get McGriddle, you got to be there before 11.
Well, because the thing is, if I'm getting McDonald's breakfast, I'm hungover and I'm not waking up before 11. So the fact that they did 11, it's like, well, I'm not alive. I will never be alive in needing McDonald's breakfast
unless you wait for them to open
it. Yeah.
Which is sad, and I've done it before.
Whatever.
I went to a Burger King a couple weeks ago. I was like, I want to get a milkshake. And it was, very late at night, right when they're closing. I go, I'll get a milkshake. And they go, our machine's broken. Can you believe it? I'm like, it's not broken. I know it's not broken. I know you. I was like, it's really broken. And they're like, totally broken.
Touche.
And I was like, fine. Okay.
I kind of respect that.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, you know what? I don't need sugar this late at night anyway.
Yeah, just like,
you.
He's like, could you believe it? You're not going to believe it.
I'm angry. They got me.
Wait, so how is this fake? Like, what is it? Like,
it was just, they just used like the screenshot of McDonald's website from 2015. And they just said like October 5th, all day breakfast.
But it's only part of the menu.
No,
or
it's
not
not
at
coming.
all.
It's not coming back at all.
Man.
They lied. Someone on Twitter lied, and then it gained enough traction that it got its own news cycle where people are like, unfortunately, McDonald's all day breakfast isn't coming back.
Fake news. It's only a matter of time before CNN reports on this.
Yeah.
It literally did. I can pull it up.
Do they really?
CNN,
that is definitely that is a very like James Austin Johnson Trump bit to be like talking about all day breakfast at McDonald's
with a
in that Trump in
very
like,
funny Trump voice.
In that, yeah.
I'm not finding it right now, but
it's only a matter of time.
I'm seeing other CNN news stories about all day breakfast. It's all part of their, they send out press packets to all these news cycles. The person that put out the tweet that got viral took the tweet down. So
good.
Yeah.
I think my punishment is we got to take them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it? Elon Musk stealing tweets again?
I mean, maybe. Wouldn't put it past him.
Sick fuck. He got my hopes up for I could get a McGriddle at 12 p.m. But to be fair, without the breakfast menu having a specific cutoff time, there would be no falling down movie. Remember, wasn't that his like big blow up moment in that movie because they like stopped? Or no, I think he wanted a hamburger for breakfast and they wouldn't give it to him.
And
then he flips out.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie.
It's a great movie.
It's Michael Douglas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where he's dressed like your typical nerd. He's got like the big Coke bottle glasses on. He's got like the pocket protector.
Sure.
He's a white middle-aged man and he has had it. Check it out.
Yep.
Anywho, let's move on to our main feature of the show, because if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories and then sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment. No, this is a story I was glad that happened this week because it's a story about students. It's a story about school. And Andrew, you, in addition to being a comedian, are a teacher.
Indeed, yeah.
And if any of Andrew's former students have Googled him and are watching this episode, hi.
Yeah, hello. Stay in school.
Thanks for leaving a comment on every single one.
Yeah.
So there was this thread on Twitter this week that prompted this discourse recently about the whether or not cell phones should be allowed in schools, because There is apparently what are these things called? These like bags that you can't.
I've never seen this before.
Oh, like yonder bags or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bags.
I know about these.
Yonder bags. They use them for like concerts and stuff.
Comedy
like,
special recordings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. This
Am I going to have to put my phone in the bag?
No, you won't have for mine.
Okay, so I can still bootleg the whole thing.
You can bootleg the whole show. Yeah,
Wonderful.
I actually encourage it. Yeah.
So they have this. I guess they're trying to implement this in more schools now because they're like nobody's paying attention in school. Allegedly.
So
I haven't been to school in a while.
Cashew in the chat says if you have a pair of strong magnets, you can open them.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Well, that's a risky thing because I would assume, and I could be wrong, that if you have a strong magnet, you could also break your phone.
Yeah, true.
So
I would imagine.
if you really gotta text your friend that bad.
It unlocks with the magnet, though, doesn't it? Is this a magnet? I don't know how this works.
It's a Yonder brand magnet. I assume it's different than every other.
Well, but it's a magnet.
Other one. I know.
You can trick it.
We need to get who are those
Insane Clown Posse?
Those clowns that
Magnets. How do they work?
That's a classic.
So funny.
They'll never live that down, and that will be one day we'll forget their name and we'll just remember magnets. How do they work?
Yeah.
And no one will know where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they are saying here that students should, like, it's a phone-free space, so students will have to be putting their phones in these Yonder cases. A lot of the schools are, doing this. Now, back in my day, I remember I got a detention once because I happened to look at my flip phone once in sociology class, and I had to stay after school for like an hour.
What does that tell you about society?
Nowadays, hell, you can just be watching Stranger Things during science. And you might learn something too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think seems like it'd be such a pain to put every kid's to have it all, and then I would not want to deal with the logistics of this. It seems so stressful.
So there's a great thread here by @WhackNicholson on Twitter where he's also a teacher, and he posted a really funny thread here of like what it's like to be a teacher in the age of smartphones. Andrew, let me know if this is accurate or not. So as a student accidentally wrote part of the script of It Part 2 into an essay because they were watching it while doing work. A student showed me gaping porn because he thought it would be funny. A girl asked to go to the bathroom but was actually going to get her ass kicked by another girl who was talking shit on Instagram. A kid
Excuse me, teacher, I got to go get my ass kicked.
Yeah, I got to go pee. A kid has to go to the bathroom, but was actually going to kick someone's ass so he could make it onto our school's fight page on TikTok.
This is good.
And this is another good one. A kid started a parody Instagram account of me and took candid photos of me in classrooms and the hallway to post. No clear reason for him to do this.
Oh, I mean, I've had that happen. Yeah, that's normal.
I
had that happen 2 or 3 times. Yeah,
I remember like that was kind of like my friends and I used to have, have inside jokes about the teachers.
Yeah.
It's nothing like mean, but it was always like, what if the, they go and hang out after school, all the teachers get together and laugh. I don't know. It's kind of our own fan fiction, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of would respect that. A kid who would make like, or there's I like it when there are meme accounts for schools. I think that's actually
so
really
it's like out of context Andrew Shankland, or out of context Mr. Shankland.
Yeah, any of those I do think are kind of fun. But
I love the ones that are like parents of students that go to District 32 or something like that. And it's literally just the most like shit spewing, just like everyone's in a fight with everyone. Just fuck you. Those are, my sister's a teacher and she'll like show me some of these pages and I'm just like, why do you even look at this?
I think it's incredible. Insane. I love the drama. Yeah. The any what do they call it? What's happening in like
yeah.
Those are so incredible. What's happening in Batavia is a great one. Yeah, it's incredible.
So have you like had similar things happen to you as a teacher?
I've had parody accounts on Instagram, and that was at the time not funny. In hindsight now it's funny, but it was just like this thing of like one kid did it and then more kids started doing it, and then there were like 3 or 4 of them. And then
I feel like I might have remembered seeing something. I don't remember.
Oh, I would screen grab them and send them around and stuff. Yeah. There was one on Twitter last summer
Maybe that's.
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
there was one last summer, and I was like, I reported it because I was like, okay, I'm not using my Twitter a ton right now, but at the time I was like a little more active, and I was
they're
like,
probably using it more than you.
Yeah. Well, then I was like, I kind of just keep an eye on them, and then I go and look at it later, and it's like the kid will just change. It's like the brand thing. They just change, they just change it to their kid. It's
an anti-vax account now.
They use it. They use it to shamelessly grab followers. They're clout chasing. My students are.
Man.
Mm-hmm. But
I mean, it's sad as a 32-year-old, but as a high school student, man, that's rough.
Yeah, they're out here clout chasing. But
hey, build your brand now.
Yeah,
don't be 31 trying to push your podcast on.
Yeah, start your podcast after school.
Yeah, there was a Crushes. There's like a Crushes page for the school I work at that was on TikTok. Or like it was ships. That's what it was. They were shipping people.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and I found out about it because a kid was like, "You gotta follow my TikTok," and I was like, "Okay, whatever." Well, I'm not following it, but I'm like, "Okay, well, what is it?" And I look it up, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh man, yeah. That's a whole other level of like psychological abuse. Just like, I mean, obviously we had some form of social media while we were teenagers, but like that is so crazy to imagine that like people could be shipping you with somebody else at school.
All the cyberbullying is pretty horrible.
Yeah, it's like there's like this. I feel like there's like this new age of inclusivity with kids now, but it's become so much more maniacal and calculated. It's like, thank you.
I'm glad I'm not a kid and having to deal with that. Yeah.
So I think we should think of a punishment for this. Obviously, apparently the Yonder bags are easy enough to open with a magnet, so that's not going to do it.
Well, and also, it's a Jackal in the chat says, imagine fucking with a magnet to try and get that open during an active shooter situation, which is like, unfortunately, that's
a
reality right now.
I actually have a punishment. I'll bring it back to last week. We bring back spanking.
Okay.
If you were on your phone, you get spanked.
I mean,
I know we said spanking was bad last time, and I still agree with that. Yeah. But in this circumstance only, you do get spanked if you can't get off Facebook.
I think you have to make the school out of magnets so that now the phones don't work in the school.
I like that.
Also, computers won't work, and
that's
also
fine.
If you have like an aneurysm clip in your brain, you fucking die.
Well, you get to stay home and play.
Then you get to do remote school again,
and you earned it if you have that. I think you earned it. Let's move on to the next story here.
Oh God,
this is a video that's been going around Twitter this week.
I only watched this once, but I feel like this is the type of thing that I would watch.
I actually love this,
hundreds of times, but I can't do it to my. It's like eating candy. It's like you stop at one Hershey Kiss because then you have just fucking foil all over your couch.
Yeah. It's like the Jake Novak SNL audition video. That's another one in the same category for me.
We'd love to see those guys team up.
Yeah. I didn't even try to watch that. I just happened to watch it hundreds of times.
It's incredible. Yeah, I showed it to my roommate this week, and we really, he had never seen it. So
man,
how?
Man,
I don't know.
So I want to let this video speak for itself. So at home, you can judge this for yourself. Is this a man running for governor of Michigan, or is he trying to get a job on SNL? Let's find out.
Well, hi, progressive leftists. If your idea of a man is sitting around in your skinny jeans, drinking your Starbucks grande peppermint mocha made with soywhip, talking about how great Biden's economy is and how great Biden's student loan forgiveness plan is.
How did he rattle that order off so fast?
And you keep being you. I'm going to be me, which is a God-fearing American who loves this country, who loves this flag, that just wants to get up every single day and do an honest day's work to provide for myself and for my family without the government getting involved. Remember that.
Make our own whiskey and our own. And he chops another wood. Without getting the governor involved, he said two things that are in direct opposition with what he's trying to do. He said he wants to do an honest day's work without getting the government involved. You are running for government, sir.
Yeah.
That is neither honest work, nor is that not getting the government involved. That is being involved with the government. Also, how did you say that Starbucks order so fast? I worked at Starbucks for like 2 years. I couldn't order that fast.
Yeah, that was like, he really rattled that off super quick. And it's just like funny to watch him like sweat. Like he looks like Papa John in that video, just like sweat pouring down his video. Like this. How many takes do you think he did? Because like that had to be like take like 22.
Do you think he used a script?
He definitely did. He absolutely
you
did.
can see probably his eyes were like go darting back and forth.
He like invented a new genre of the guy in car rant video.
Yeah,
guy chopping wood video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, could you go back and pull it? I want to look at it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, I remember what I was going to say. I was just trying to jog my memory. I love it. I think it's I love the straw man thing that all these people do when they like are making fun of like progressive leftists or whatever, where it's like, they're like, okay, what do I imagine one of these people is like? And it's like, you and your skinny jeans eating your grande peppermint. Well, it's like, I don't know anybody who is doing that. Like,
no, this is like, also like, I feel like a decade removed.
Exactly.
Like,
it's
jeans were like, when I was in high school, people were into skinny jeans.
Yeah. It's just, it's like, it's so funny to see what these people, and then it's like, if you love Biden, it's like, I don't know anyone that loves Biden.
You don't love dark Brandon?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do, but not for the reasons that anyone thinks that I would.
It's funny because like this is like almost verbatim just this like famous post by Jay Weingarten from like 10 years ago. It's a picture of Donald Duck, and it says, the other night I was at a hipster party. There was PBR being served, gluten-free recipes, MGMT blasting, and the whole time I'm thinking, now I understand why Obama's president, and it's laughable.
Yeah.
You know what? He forgot to mention the man bun.
Yeah. No man bun.
Yeah.
Joggers would have made more sense. Like I don't know. It's so funny.
Man, I think he used to be one of those guys. That's like why he knows this also. He probably like worked. He was a barista.
It's 100%. Yeah.
And then he's like, well,
I also like,
this
he goes,
sucks.
You do you. I'm gonna do me. It's also
okay, sure.
It's like okay, wow, that's kind of pretty fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, what do I do with this? Okay.
I
cool.
guess, you can just like chop wood or whatever. Yeah.
It's like his coming out party. Like, I'm a red-blooded American. It's like, are you running for something, or like, do you want to give us some context, or are you just saying, hey, this is me. This is whatever. That song? You guys know that song?
I know what you mean. Yeah. Is it? I don't know. Hillary Duff?
It's like,
I think it's Hillary Duff, Coming Clean, I think.
No, that's different.
It's probably some hipster music you would wear if you were
worse. I think it's like Disney Channel music.
Yeah, Hillary Duff. Duff, Coming Clean.
Greatest Showman? No.
Yeah, this is super important.
Hillary Duff, Coming Clean. Try that. I think that's what it is.
This Is Me by Demi Lovato and Joe Jonas.
Wow, the egg is really on my face. I made myself look
This is from Camp Rock. I just quoted Camp Rock.
Oh, I saw, where was it? I saw like a super cut of like all the trailers from like all those like teen movies. And they're so funny because they are an adult man's idea of what a teenage girl would want. And so there was like this scene in Camp Rock where like she's like being all like quirky or whatever. And like Joe Jonas comes in and she's like, oh no, she's like cooking and there's flour all over her face. And she like looks up at him and it's like, this is so bizarre.
Like growing up watching that type of stuff or being aware of that type of stuff. You go over to a friend's house, someone's watching, and you're like, oh, I'm a boy, I don't watch this stuff. Nowadays, you go back and you rewatch that stuff, and it's like the funniest thing. Or like one like sick obsession that I had for like a month was like my girlfriend showed me this show that was on ABC Family called The Secret Life of the American Teenager.
I know this show. I've never seen it, but
one of the best shows. It's the worst acting. It's the funniest thing. There's one point where the girl talks to the guy in the hallway during the middle of school, and he does like a cartwheel after talking to her. It's the best.
What channel was it on?
It was on ABC Family, so it was terrible. And then there's another episode where like the Christian virgin girl like finally has sex and her dad dies, and she's like, Dad died all because I had to have great sex. And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe that they put this on TV and that like people have memories of watching this.
I also just wonder the people writing those shows, like the people who write Chicago PD or whatever. Like these people, they're writing so much.
I'm like convinced it's a money laundering scheme.
It's gotta be.
All these Chicago Med, Chicago Fire.
Yeah.
It's like, who dreams of, I want to write for Law and Order.
I don't know, man.
It's got to be easy. There's no way.
You would think,
I just don't.
It's so competitive to get a job writing for TV.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just like, if I just make something, I can have it on a resume. Oh, I wrote for the show that like was just pandering to the lowest common denominator. Now I can make my passion project.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of doubt that.
Oh, you get a WGA membership probably or whatever. Yeah.
Get your foot in the door.
Yeah, exactly.
They shoot a lot of those shows by us. I always see the trailers and stuff.
We're not punishing them, but I think the punishment should be they have to hire all of us.
Yeah, I agree.
To make one of those shows, yeah.
But speaking of punishment, let's punish this guy. I think that he should.
He should have to be a logger.
I think he should have
a logger. That's like one of the most dangerous jobs in America is logging.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants to do an honest day's work. Go get killed in a forest.
So he can't just like cosplay as like a blue collar
don't
worker.
stand there and swing your axe one time and be like, 2 times. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Swing your axe 2 times and be like, I'm putting in an honest day's work. Go be a logger.
Yeah, he probably they have like recording and went to like order a peppermint latte.
That's why my punishment is he has to for the next every day until the election he has to wear skinny jeans and order a peppermint.
Yes,
grande peppermint soy mocha whatever.
Yeah, see if you still fit in the jeans, you motherfucker.
Yeah, not so easy.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our last story here.
This is great.
This is hilarious. Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, I had to like the first time I saw this, I thought it was like a fake thing.
It looks fake. Yeah,
I thought it was an edit, but we are looking here, folks, at hype beast Jerry Seinfeld.
I love it. Honestly, it rocks.
What was this for?
A brand, I think. They're selling all the clothes. Yeah. Kith.
What were they thinking when they're like, why couldn't they get like, I don't know, like Machine Gun Kelly or like
because nobody would talk about that. They'd be like, yeah, sure, Machine Gun Kelly, whatever. You put the funniest man in America standing there with his fucking arm crossed like this, like looking all tough and ready and rugged.
I heard they had a Steve Buscemi one too. They had a Steve Buscemi shoot, I think.
Steve Buscemi's sort of like he's got like an elegance to him, though, I feel.
I think it's kind of the same, like, we're kind of curveball or whatever.
Yeah, bet you didn't see this coming. Yeah. No, I guess not. I don't know what this is for still. Well, I guess you just said it, but I probably can't afford these clothes.
I think it's just for their clothing line or something.
They're very good photos.
I mean, yeah, he looks amazing.
Yeah.
But it is like... It's like the dad who's trying way too hard to relate to his teenage kids.
Or his teenage girlfriend.
Yeah.
A lot of those jokes.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, current. I was like, this would be a great modern Seinfeld episode would be if Kramer did this. If Kramer became a hype beast. That would be very funny.
Oh, man. The internet would rake him over the coals and he'd go back into hiding if he ever did that.
Yeah.
There's a good one.
That's funny.
Someone edited him wearing the puffy shirt.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear the hat. No cap. No cap.
That's good. Yeah.
Here's him next to Grandma's couch.
Yeah.
It's the weird juxtaposition. Again, it's just like Jerry Seinfeld.
It looks so goofy.
It's so funny.
It's so goofy.
It's kind of incredible. Yeah.
It's almost, Kevin, I feel like you've said this a number of times, but like after you've done comedy for so long, sometimes the funniest thing you can do is just do something completely straight.
Yeah.
This is almost like, high art right now.
It really
honestly,
is.
yeah. Like if I can almost guarantee this is funnier than like whatever stand-up he could perform now.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
It's really funny.
Do you think though that this was some kind of like 4D chess on his part, or was he
I think it was. It definitely was.
I'm also kind of looking at him and I'm looking into his eyes right now in this photo, and I'm seeing a man who maybe he wants you to see this side of him, and he doesn't want you laughing, but you can't stop laughing.
Laugh.
And he's almost sort of like in rejection of himself, sort of thing, which is why he had to put these clothes on in the first place. And I almost feel sorry for him.
It's actually kind of beautiful.
Yeah. Which is why I'm saying
so striking. Yeah.
It really is.
You couldn't write something funnier than that. It is the funniest thing that could happen. Like Jerry Seinfeld modeling streetwear is
right.
That is, truly bizarre. Like, I wonder if this is going to spark a trend. Like, who else would be next? You know?
It's like, what's next? I don't know. I wonder what's next for fashion. You know, if this is the death rattle of streetwear, which I don't think it is, but it could be.
Yeah, it's definitely like an all or nothing.
It's like, what's next?
Yeah, it's either this is going to work really well for them, or they are going to be out of business next month.
Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I have seen these pictures like all over the internet this week.
Can't avoid them
for good reason. They're hilarious.
I hope he does stand up dressed like this. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I'm sure like every possible joke has already been made about this, but you know, just like
he should honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like
what's the deal with I don't know.
Too many aging comedians go like the Carlin route of like, I'm just gonna put on a black T-shirt, like Louis. I'm gonna put on a black T-shirt and just do some good old joke telling. He needs to go out there wearing.
This is more fun.
Yeah.
It's a move forward. It's a step forward.
Yeah, it's good to see an artist try to evolve with the times.
Truly, and this is like the Seinfeld current day. He's wearing like New York streetwear.
Yeah.
This is how I presume he would be dressing if there was like Seinfeld season 36.
Yeah. If he just kept going and they never changed any of the ages or anything. Yeah. It'd just be like this.
He needs to, I think the punishment should be he gets really into like Japanese streetwear.
Oh yeah, that'd be really good.
Well, I think that could be like the B plot or like the Kramer gets.
That would be the Kramer. Yeah, that'd be the B plot.
And like they keep like trying to one up each other.
Yeah. The punishment is make an episode of Seinfeld about this, you coward. That's what.
Yes.
Bring it back for one episode.
We have to.
Maybe they'll put it on Curb. Go on Curb like that.
That's like, I feel like everybody's talking about like Seinfeld current day, but it's like there is still new seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm coming out. You could always watch those.
It's crazy to think how long that show's been on the air for.
Yeah, it's like season...
I know that it also like drops off for a long time.
Yeah, there's only like 11 seasons and it's been out for like 23 years.
Some of the episodes are incredible. I don't know if they're all great, but some of them rip, dude.
I rewatched the whole show like last December when I had COVID. And it was like, this is amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The Seinfeld reunion season is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
That was earlier on, wasn't it?
It was like season 7. It was like 2000. It was like 2007.
Yeah, something like that.
2008.
Yeah.
So, which is crazy because like that was less between the end of Seinfeld and that episode.
Yeah.
Is like less time than between that episode and now.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Really makes you think. Anywho, speaking of thinking, let us move on to the next part of the show, which is Key to the City, where we like to give a key to our fair city of Neo Chicago to something nice, something swell.
I forgot that when I did my 2 minutes of hate, I, egged it on by saying Key to the City because I put Key to the City, but then I realized it was fake. So I got to find another one.
Well, you can think about that while me and Andrew go.
Yeah, give me some time.
My key to the city this week goes to the YouTube channel Masahiro Sakurai on creating games. This is the guy who created Kirby and Super Smash Brothers. He has a really cool channel about like very, I guess, kind of like base level instinct and like information about like getting into game design or like what it's all like, because he has like decades of experience, and he's kind of an entertaining guy in his own right, and it's in Japanese, subtitled to English. Very enjoyable, even if you're not in game design, which I'm not, but I find it like it's an interesting insight into what the industry is like. I also wrote a hard drive article about it that came out today, so I figured I might as well mention it. Masahiro Sakurai's YouTube channel, Masahiro Sakurai on creating games.
Cool.
Yeah, Andrew?
There's an Instagram account that I really like that's Lego album covers. It's like the stupidest thing, but that's awesome. It like hits like the dopamine button in my brain.
Lego as other things has been getting big. Like speaking of Seinfeld, like there was a Lego Seinfeld set.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah, I haven't built it yet, but I've got it. Yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Damn it, I kind of wish I got it. Actually,
yeah. I've been a big fan of Lego since I was a kid, and
same. Yeah,
the like companies branding and like marketing and like the types of sets they're doing now are so different, and it's like way more imaginative than it used to be. It's
I remember like when they first started doing like Star Wars and Harry Potter.
Yeah,
and that was like crazy. Mm-hmm. And the Bionicles.
The lore.
Yeah,
that's actually a great thing on the internet is any Bionicle lore memes are really funny.
I had a Bionicle game for like Game Boy Advance, and I think that was the most I ever got into it. And the fact that I keep hearing more and more people talk about Bionicle is like, what did I miss? Because like there was the game was kind of shitty.
They sent you could get comics sent to your house every month from Lego that were like this that had the.
Did they do like a movie or something at some point too?
Bionicle Mask of Life, Mask of Light. Yeah,
Mata Nui,
whatever
the hell. I don't know. Like I'm like the word popped into my head, and I'm like, oh my god,
Mata Nui. Yeah, I remember that.
The Bionicle fandom is one of the most like pure corners of the internet.
It's so strange. Yeah. I love it. Yeah,
no hate, just love.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Speaking of like Lego, what like Lego adaptations? Have y'all seen the Brick Testament?
No.
What is
this? This is something that I remember from like my online edgelord atheism days back in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. Someone remade like the entire Bible using Legos. I guess this will be my key to the city. And they just like in gruesome detail like recreated here. I think that this is all the circumcised penises right here. The like most of the Bible, they took certain quotes. Here's Jesus getting crucified.
That's wild.
Oh, you know what? This actually does look kind of. Wasn't there like a website for this?
Yeah.
I remember this.
Yeah, it's I think thebricktestament.com. Here's I don't know if this was in the Bible, but here's a guy having sex with a bear. So that's thebricktestament.com. Yeah, you can go through.
Wow, they got a book too. Wow.
Yeah, they did the entire fucking Bible.
Wow.
So
when they got a print version.
Are they like I guess with this level of commitment they have to like the Bible, right?
I don't know.
It doesn't seem like they're making fun of it.
Yeah. Well, there's a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, it's weird because they're not making fun of it, but it's also like not respectful.
It's definitely
it's the website began in October 2001.
Oh wow! Right after 9/11.
Or right. The day of. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing whether or not
that's someone's way of coping.
Yeah.
The guy also made the Brick Book of Mormon.
Oh, that rocks. Okay. Yeah.
Apparently he's just gonna keep doing it. Elba.
Well, hopefully, I don't know if he ever makes it to the Quran, he might get himself in trouble.
We'll see. Yeah, the Prophet Muhammad Lego minifig.
Lego, yeah.
Elba Sperling is an American transgender artist and author, best known as the Brick Bible book series. Best known for the Brick, yeah. I guess I never really thought about whether or not this was like satire or not. I always just laughed at it. So
it seems like it's just like they had an idea for something and they're like, all right, Lego, the Bible, haven't seen that before. That was when every idea hadn't been like just tapped. Yeah.
Nowadays you have that idea. It's like,
someone's already done it.
And there it is. Yep. Speaking of ideas, Thought Cop's word of the week. We don't have one. Trying to think of what is
whatever. How's that? This is my United States of what? How about that?
Classic vid. If I remember correctly.
That showed up in a movie a movie or a TV show I was watching recently, and I was like,
my life could be a damn movie or a TV show.
For real.
Sorry. That was stupid.
I gotta have one. I can't just let it go. Let's pick one off. Yeet.
Sure.
Yeet is when
this is like the fourth time we've done yeet, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I'm going to take it off the list so I don't forget to say it again. Goodbye. I just yeeted yeet.
I'm gonna add it underneath.
There's your definition. I'll probably say it next time. I'll have forgotten.
Yeah.
Like I don't know my damn life. Anyway, before we do get to our final segment, which is our listener voicemails, Andrew, if you want to plug everything, your social media, where people can eventually find your comedy album, where they can go to see your comedy album, and Can of Worms comedy.
Yeah, Can of Worms, we do a monthly show every second Friday at the Lincoln Lodge, and then we have Sloppy Sundays, which is every Sunday. I'm doing my album recording at the Hideout September 21st, and I think that's all I have to plug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Short, sweet, simple. I like it.
To the point.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to give us a call and leave us a voicemail, we'd love to hear from you. Our phone number is 312-788-7361, or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Without further ado, let's hit it.
Hey, Thought Plops, it's your boy, Brand Kirkman. I know it's been a little bit. I tried to leave a message last time, but then Grant shot me down because he gets off on it, which I understand. We all have fetishes, and I don't kink shame.
Wait, did I shoot
but I heard
down?
you were having on the Shankmaster, Andrew Shankland, the Shankster, the Shankorama. I'll stop this. This is a really bad Saturday Night Live bit I'm bringing back from the 90s. Anyways, I was calling last time. I had a bunch of different diseases. This time, I had a baby, which I guess is kind of like a permanent disease. I love her a lot, though. She's really great. She's 2 months old. A little bundle of joy. But let's stop playing around. I want to get to the question. Hey, would you all have sex with a video game?
There it is.
The ultimate question. I called into I don't know.
Please answer that question seriously. Don't take it as a joke thing.
You got it, buddy.
I called into Podzuki's 100. They did like episode 100 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I called in as Brandon Kirkman, and I did, hey, everyone, this is Brandon. I flushed the toilet at the end. I did the whole thing, and I did the what video game would you have sex with? So I guess this is getting spit back in my face.
No, it's not video game character, but video game.
Yeah. I guess I would have to start off with a like CD based one.
I was going to say, I could probably like squeeze my thing through the hole, if I push really hard. Like Lego Island, watch out. That's such a fucking horrific image now that I think about it. Like, like the disc is not breaking. Actually, maybe it should be like a more modern game, like because the Blu-ray discs are a little bit more durable. I don't know. Lego Island HD.
Are you going for durability, or are you trying to break it in half?
I'm just trying to fuck, dude. Andrew?
Oh, I don't know. I like Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. That's probably my favorite game. Played that a lot.
What was it called?
Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy.
Okay.
It's the sequel to Jedi Outcast.
Now, is that cartridge-based or CD-ROM?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's a digital download. So.
Oh, okay. So you could like make it into like a beautiful NFT one.
Yeah, it would be an NFT. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Grant?
I'm trying to
something verified by the blockchain. Yeah.
I'm trying to rack my brain for the most depraved answer, like some sort of like what's like a good like bootleg game that you would find on Newgrounds sort of thing.
Oh yeah, like a Flash game.
Now, like they're all like as soon as you said that, they all just like disappeared from my memory.
Yeah, I know. That's
Bloons Tower Defense,
Stick Deathmatch. I don't know.
Impossible Game.
Most of those games, like you could fuck in already, so like they kind of makes it easy.
There were
to...
a lot of like weird dating sims and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, one of those. RuneScape. How about that?
That's pretty good.
Buying GF. I remember, for those of us whose parents wouldn't buy us like a World of Warcraft
who wouldn't buy us
GF? Who wouldn't buy us GF? Like you would have to find games like RuneScape or any of the free ones. And I remember that there was one called like Endless Online, and not a lot of people that I knew played it. But it was very small, and then eventually the makers just like abandoned the game, and it still ran for a while, and then it just got taken down and whatever the fuck. But I remember like I played it when I was like, I don't know, 15, 16. This was like now I'm going to play Maple Story sort of arc. It was like before that. And you used to be able to like, it was very like blocky and 16-bitty. And you could like strip down and then like go into another character's body. And then one character could sit down and then you could do the sit down and stand up. So it looked like two characters were having sex. This is what the early internet was like. Like, whatever people do on like Fortnite and shit like that, or in the Mark Zuckerberg metaverse, like you can't have like legs or whatever the fuck because everyone would just be fucking. Like they did it on. This was like the shittiest. Like go look up Endless Online. It looks like garbage, and people were just like, you know, you had kids that are just like simulating sex acts on the crappiest video game.
Second Life has a huge furry community.
Yeah,
that's like the main reason it exists still.
Well, imagine it on this. You see what this
not what I
looks like.
expected.
It was awful.
Very funny that in the metaverse they're like, okay, everyone has lost their leg privileges.
Yeah,
because they know that no lower halves.
Everyone's going to be fucking. So you just take away those parts. So.
Well, if that depraved voicemail inspired you, give us a call, 312-788-7361, or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to support the show, get a backlog of bonus content, and be in our live episode recording chats, head on over to patreon.com/thoughtcops, where every little bit goes a long way. I want to give a shout out to one of our older patrons this week, Kevin Thomas Shane, who has been a patron since April of 2020. Thank you, Kevin Thomas Shane. And Andrew, thank you for coming on the show. Glad we could have you on just in time. Check out Andrew's album recording. Check out the recording when it comes out. We'll see you next time.
See you, Space Cop.